My grandfather came into the job market right around 1945, 1946. When my grandfather finds out that America doesn't have the tallest building in the world, how does he react? What? Yeah, I like that. What? That's exactly how he would react. What? He's horrified. Because in 1946, America had the tallest, biggest, most everything. Do you know why? Anybody want to send a guess? Why?
World War II.
World War II had just ended. All of the money on the planet, let's be really honest, for all practical purposes, went one place. And where was it? Here. The rest of the world had suffered in different ways from World War II than the United States had. They were rebuilding. They were trying to rebuild their countries. The entire rest of the planet, except for us. So what did we do with that wealth? We were very fortunate. We were at a time when there was a lot of focus on building a dynamic economy. We built this muscle of the strongest, here's the important piece, most diverse dynamic economy on the planet. Which meant that if things were up in one area of the economy and things were down in another, that was okay. We had diversity. So that was 1946. My grandfather still thinks that way. My grandfather is fossilized and stuck in this mindset that if he complains loud enough, and if he complains long enough, 1946 will come back. I like to think of 1946 as almost like the Big Bang. All of the economic might of the planet, we own 60% of the world's GDP in 1946, was in one place. That was unnatural. And since then, it's been naturalizing. In fact, the economy today, percentage-wise on a pie chart, looks almost the same as it did right before World War II. But we have generations of Americans who think this is normal. So that's my grandfather. Now let me tell you who I'm afraid of. My parents' generation. My parents' generation came into the job market right around 1956, 1957, when Sputnik goes up in 57. So if my grandfather looks at the fact that other countries are doing well and just gets sad, my parents' generation looks at the fact that other countries are doing well and says, those countries are not allowed to do well. They are a threat to us. Because their mindset, my parents' mindset when they came into the job market was bipolar. Us versus them. It was either going to be capitalism in the United States, or it was going to be Marxism and the Soviet Union. So they don't get this idea of collaboration. It's us versus. Whenever someone does well, somehow that means we're doing bad. I worry about that message to our kids. I worry about that a lot. Because what you end up seeing in a situation like that is a student will come home and tell their parents, hey, I'm so excited, I'm taking Chinese. And the parents are like, oh, you got to be real careful. We got to be real careful about China. So what are kids getting right now? Well, they're getting three messages. They're getting Grandma and Grandpa's message. That message is, oh, things are terrible. We used to be the strongest country in the world. Now look at us. 1946 will come back if I complain. We get my parents' generation. Those Chinese are dangerous. Those Germans are dangerous. Those French are dangerous. The only person they're getting the truth from is you. You're it. Scary? Pressure? Because most teachers in your school have never been overseas, or if they have never had a meaningful global experience, don't speak a foreign language, because they're part of the wonderful generation of Americans that we taught 2 years of language to who couldn't do anything with it. So they have they see no value in it. You're the only ones they're getting the truth from. And this economy has shifted so fast, that now parents are starting to come to me and saying, John, I want my kid to speak a foreign language. I didn't have to learn one, but I know it's going to be very important for him or her as they move forward in life. But they don't know how to do it. Parents have no idea how to get this done. So be this voice. You are this voice. And if you feel alone in your school sometimes, like you're the only one telling this story, do you know why that is? Because you are the only one telling this story. But don't stop. Don't stop. You are giving your students the skill that will give them a competitive advantage.